Adventure. Okay, so what was cool is we talked about earlier is just that ability to kind of slow things down, to get to I need to, I want to, I will. And so you've already kind of been there, and so you'll be able to come back to your mindfulness and get into your breath sooner. So let's start exactly the same way. Let's do 5 of those down regulation breaths because you want to slow your heart rate down from exercise. So it's remember, it's okay to make noise on that sign. You want to push it out. You want to let it go. So let me see everything raise. You're warming up your diaphragm. You're stretching out that rib cage. Breathe into all this kind of stuff all the way back here. There you go. Really let out one of these sides. Do the almost like you're yawning. No, it literally releases a lot of good neurotransmitters. One more of those. Smiling is also good. Okay, so there's your first 5. Second 5, now it's going to be just through your nose and as lightly as you can be. We talked about heart openers. I also think of this as a heart opener. I almost feel a picture. There's a hole in my heart, and all of that tension, all of that releasing on that exhale is just falling through. It's almost like I'm breathing through my heart. And you relax all of that tension in your chest and your shoulders and just melt down on that exhale. Breathe light to breathe right. Good. Cool. On your next one is where you're going to turn into the triangle breath. So now you're just going to add the hold at the bottom. Still real light and just follow it through. This is the leaf floating down the river or a rock floating to the bottom of the deep ocean. And waiting for yourself to instinctively have to inhale. You can wait as long and as slow as you need to right there. This breath also doubles as you can't sleep, right? Can you use something like this to just calm you down? This is a down regulation or a parasympathetic nervous system breath. The longer your exhales are, the longer the holds are, the more you're going to get that desired effect. So this is exactly where we started, and if you wanted this to be that short midday or to start your day or just to add it on, this could be as simple as it is, and then we run through the I get to, I need to, I want to, I will. We'll get to that kind of side of it again, but now you're going to do what I call the locomotion breath, which is the slow motion Wim Hof. It's just it's kind of like the first breath we did, but more intentional. And I call it locomotion because I want you to kind of play around and stretch it out, then get it to slowly gain steam. A little faster. Get it all the way to speed for 10 breaths. Two more, hold it all the way in. Good, hold all that air in, almost take another hit of it. All the way up, hold it all the way in. So we're gonna hold in for about 30 seconds. So you've got a big meeting, you're gonna go work out at camp, you're gonna do something and you want that little extra, you need to change your mood or your attitude. This is kind of I just changed my physiology. Do you feel a little high on your own supply right now? So you already feel a little, ooh, all right, you got all this flood of oxygen in your body. And then you're gonna drop it the same way, drop it real lightly. Just follow it through to the bottom. Busy lady.
My phone never, ever.
It knows, but that's kind of what mindfulness and breath work is you're always gonna get distracted how present and focused on tasks you can be. So it's just a lesson you have to learn. All right, so inhaling in, let it out. Okay, we're gonna do one full round of Wim Hof. We're gonna get to that speed. We're gonna do about 30 of those breaths. So it's, all right, get on it. Bring your hand to your stomach. Can you feel that diaphragm? Rise and fall. About 10 more breaths, keep it going, and then you'll hold it all the way in again. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it in. Good, once again, high on your own supply, tingly, energy enhancing. It's also a gateway to some of that mystical stuff pretty quick. Now drop it lightly. Take a cleansing breath in, which just means let yourself instinctively inhale. And drop it as light as you can and hold at the bottom for as long as you can. So this is one I was trying to get you into a while ago. Doing 3 rounds of Wim Hof breath would be if you could dedicate 20 minutes or so to getting all the way in. I got that good video of me at the lake where I kind of dive into the whole kind of thing. But right now, just settle in to that leaf floating down the river, the rock dropping down. And just allow yourself to feel how good you feel. We talk about being present. I talk about this feeling that you feel right now as liquid sunshine. Right? It is. Like, how good does your body feel? It feels kind of liquid. It feels fluid. You have positive neurotransmitters flooded through your system, endorphins. Heck, you even got oxygen. You got all of the good stuff. It's running through your body right now. So when you get stressed out throughout your day, now that you've done it, you can do that little 5-second thing and come back to it. Okay, so just cleanse your breath once or twice, and then I want you to release the expectation of the breathwork side of it. Let's check back in with I get to. When you say I get to, this is where I want you to think about that metaphysical stuff. So the I get to is the gratitude that you have. Send it out from your heart as if it's raising from your chest and it's raising out of the top of your head. So think of something that you have so much gratitude for. Your relationships, your job, freedom that you have, people in your life, your parents, and just think about all that love and appreciation that comes from gratitude, and picture you're sending it out from that heart and sending it out from the top of your head. Can it grow? Can it expand? It's now just only reaching out. It's reaching out over me, almost like it's filling me up with a force field. It's reaching out to fill up this whole park. All of that love, all that gratitude, appreciation, sending out to your house, back to Howard, all the way out into the bay, towards downtown, back to my house in Clearwater. Send it all out throughout the bay. Feel that energy expanding from your heart. Use these elevated emotions of gratitude and love to really take your nervous system just to that next spot and to open up some of those metaphysical doors. It's as positive as thinking about the things and people that you love and how lucky you are. We talk about this as wiring ourselves. This is your own neuro-linguistics. I get to. What do you get to do? What do you have to do, or what do you need to do? What are those priorities, those big rocks? What's the one thing that you've been putting off that if you got done today would give you more space? How can you move that rock while you're in a mindset of liquid sunshine? All of a sudden, that rock's not as heavy when you have this space and you got a full heart. What do you want to do? Spend a second on manifestation. How can you make your days better? I gave you the analogy of it. It's all a cup, right? You put the big rocks in there. Those are our have-tos or need-tos. And we're going to throw some sand in there to fill all those gaps. Maybe that's the want-tos. So what do you want to do? How can you put more life into your cup? How can you fill in all those gaps? And what will you do? Will you commit to drinking this liquid sunshine a few times a day. It's pretty amazing what happens when you do. And filling your heart up and spending time prioritizing what you truly do want without a screen, without distractions, making that time only for you. Can spending 10 or 15 minutes here give you another hour of productivity? The answer is yes. Can it give you more energy? It's yes. So cycle through it one more time. I get to. Feel that heart energy swell a little bit when you do that. You can literally connect things together. I need to. That becomes your focus and your prioritization. I want to. This is your manifestation, your dreaming, how you create the life that you want. And then the I will is putting purpose behind it, and is the water in that glass that is filling up all the gaps between the rocks and the sand when you didn't think you could get anything else in there. So imagine if you felt like this all of the time. Liquid sunshine was coursing through your veins. What could you accomplish in the next 30 days? How would your body feel? How would your body look? Would you sleep better? Would you have less dependence on alcohol? This feeling's your birthright. It's a connection to yourself and to who you really are. It's even more powerful when you move your body, when you connect your mind and your body, and then you add your spirit into it. You add that heart. This is the integration of mind, body, spirit that so many people miss in both of our professions. This is it. It's almost like a guy wrote a book called Move.Breathe.Create, and he's trying to figure out how to create it in a digital course so it's easier to do. But just spend a little bit of time in that creation. I'm gonna shut up, let your mind wander wherever it needs to wander. People say meditation's about not thinking. I would argue it's about prioritization and letting go. So now can you just let go and trust kind of the flow? Your intuition's heightened. Your heart's awake. What does your body tell you? That you ever want to leave this daydreamy state, but can you feel your heart beating right now? Sometimes it takes a while. If you can feel it, I would bet the house that it's in a coherent sequence, meaning your brain and your heart are on the same page. Your physiology is aligned right now. Can you tap into the presence a little bit? The little noises that we can hear. There's a roofing somewhere, the car starting, the rustling in the trees, the power saws, all the urban noises we have. There's also the chirping of the birds, but So again, when I'm stressed, all of those little noises bother me. So it's another level of awareness, right? If you're feeling that way, it's a time or a signal for you to take a cup of that liquid sunshine.
Oh, that's an excellent point. Holy crap. That that resonates.
Good. I can tell you're really starting to get it, but then the other thing is like, don't worry about getting it perfectly, because I always say it's that ball of string. You start pulling on it, you're saying all the right things, just like you are with your exercise. You start just unraveling it and you have more awareness, and then that comes into all this stuff that we're talking about with conscious living. Right? You're making these decisions, and that's why I get to, I need to, I want to, I will, is nobody's taking responsibility for anything that's happening besides you. Your mood, your actions, your job. You're in control of all those things and how you respond to any situation.
Yeah, and I just slid into reactionary.
And like for me, I'm like all or nothing, right? I'm high highs and low lows.
Yeah.
You probably see me do that. Like I'm bouncing off the walls, like
Yep.
kind of unstoppable, and I'm like kind of
Yep.
right? So can I be more just in the ebb and flow of things? When I'm tired, that's a sign that I need to maybe react or relax a little bit, and maybe I need to lean more back into that liquid sunshine, getting that. So can I turn that off? Also, when those days that I know that I'm green or my HRV is good and I'm feeling good, that you push on those days a little bit, that maybe lift more of those heavy rocks. So, you hear people talk about flow, like Dr. Coach really helped me kind of understand the flow of life a little bit, like how ambitious I am, and she was just like, slow down. Right? And that's exactly what I needed down. But my definition of flow is like Dr. Csikszentmihalyi's, which is the peak state that happens when you push yourself just outside your comfort zone. Knowledge, skill, sweet spot is flow. That's when you're immersed in a task. But struggle is always the gateway. So if you notice you're feeling struggle, once again, the reframing of I get to, every time you have a struggle, flow is usually on the other side. That struggle is telling you it's just right on that knowledge skill, exactly what you described this weekend. All I did is I just brought it back to one moment at a time. It was stressful to run around and deal with these high maintenance people, but I saw how I could help benefit the community of Tampa, that it was a charitable thing, and how that's exactly the right mindset.
Yeah.
Imagine if you do that throughout your day. And it is a rewiring. You rewire yourself to this liquid sunshine state of mind.
Yes. Thank you.
Boom.
I'm glad we recorded that.
Boom.